Hi, we're Laura and Dan. We've bought a beautiful rustic Portuguese barn and have literally zero knowledge of building and farming, but plan on converting it into a beautiful off-grid homestead. Follow us on our journey. The land is slowly evolving with the conversion of our barn underway, with the hope of moving out of our camper van so we can have a much more comfortable space. This week we decided to strip the barn and get ready to paint, render the walls and concrete the floor. After spraying down the walls and revealing the beautiful granite stones that were hid behind the dirt, straw and clay, there were still some tougher bits of debris and concrete that remained on the walls that needed to be stripped off. Some of the concrete's an absolute nightmare to chip off, but we're getting there slowly. So slow and steady wins the race.
So as I'm working around stripping down some of the concrete that's around the side, as you work around the building, every now and again you'll find old pieces of cordwood like this. And I think what the purpose was in the past, basically, when the previous Portuguese farmer was here in the past and they lived here with the animals in the barn, when they kind of found a hole, they would just kind of use a little piece of wood or anything that they had around. Like sometimes you find little bits of pottery or rags, sometimes you even find shoes in there, but a lot of the time you find this type of wood, and I think this is like a cordwood, and the farmer would basically just find a hole where maybe rats or animals are getting in or the water's coming through and just kind of knock this in. So there's a lot of these that you find and uncover as you're working around the building.
So whilst I'm taking a break from working on the walls of the barn, what I normally like to do is use these little breaks as an opportunity to brush up my Portuguese. So that's why I'm so excited to partner with the language learning app Rosetta Stone and practice my Portuguese more. Learning a language can be extremely difficult when you're not immersed in the culture on a day-to-day basis. What I like about Rosetta Stone is that it matches audio from native speakers to visuals and even gives you the opportunity to participate in dialogue. There's even a voice recognition tool so you can see how your pronunciations match up to a native speaker. You'll be sounding like a local in no time.
Mulheres.
Mulheres. Other language learning apps have left us feeling quite discouraged in the past because they were never tailored towards real world situations. But what I love about Rosetta Stone is that it teaches you practical phrases from your very first lesson that can be applied in real life situations, so you can build confidence and experience early on in your language journey. Lessons are as short as 10 minutes, so you can fit in learning between classes, jobs, or even on your daily commute. Rosetta Stone's offering a massive 50% discount on a lifetime subscription for our audience. For that price, you get access to all of the languages. They do Spanish, Japanese, Dutch, Portuguese, you name it. And the membership lasts a lifetime, so there's nothing else to pay. So click the link in the description below to get a massive 50% off a lifetime subscription and start your own language journey. Obrigada. So to take a little break from the barn conversion, we decided to preserve some pears from our recent harvest. So I'm just cutting up a few of these pears to put in this pan. We're going to bring them to the boil and then preserve them into like a jam. But there's some really soft pears. I can't remember last year having any pears that really ripened to be edible. But there's some really good ones in here that I've actually been enjoying eating for the first time. It's the first time I've actually had a pear off the land. But some of them are still quite hard, but once we put them in the pan and bring them to the boil, it'll all soften down nicely. Cut all the pears up now. What I've got is some coconut sugar. I'm going to put that in the pan with some water, reduce them down, mash them down, and then jar them up, and we'll have some nice pear jam.
The rain just hasn't stopped outside.
I know, I've been in for a few days now.
The land's getting absolutely soaked there. I didn't think that. I thought like the rain would soak in and it's so dry.
Oh, it is soaking in, I think. It's just the trap I need to worry about at the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's just, I can't believe how much it's rained over the last few days. It's just continuing. And you can just hear the thunder starting to get worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean now? When you do that stop. I'm gonna stay here till it disappears. I'm gonna work till the rain disappears.
With the sun eventually coming out again, it was time to move on to the actual job we had planned. Dan then prepared the IBC ready to fill up and wash down the outside of the barn. So now that the rain had stopped and the sun's back out, it's my turn to do some jet washing. So I'm getting prepared to get very dirty. It's rare that a job goes smoothly. There's always a part that you forget, something breaks or a problem takes hours or even days sometimes to figure out. And today was one of those days. The jet wash decided that I didn't want to turn on.
So I've been out here the whole morning trying to fix the jet wash, and I think where the problem has came from is because in the previous videos you'd seen I was using the jet wash with a well pump, and that's not needed. You don't need the pressure of it. So I'm always learning, and I have read the comments from you all who give good comments and feedback. So what I've done now is obviously I've bought an extension point, which wasn't easy to find out here. Messed on for a few days trying to find that. Sourced one from somewhere, so I've added that onto the IBC, and then as I've gone to done that, the pressure washer still hasn't worked. So I thought, oh, what have I done? So probably something that I've done before, but I've been on all morning, I've changed the fuse, I've checked the electrics in it, I've cleaned out the filter, tried to find another filter with inside of it, checked the generator and make sure it wasn't that. And then after doing all that, I was even down on my hands and knees blowing it, and that didn't work, and that normally does work. I couldn't find anything, and then what I did was the trusty old hammer, and I give it a good old bash, and water squirting out everywhere. So if in doubt, use a hammer. That's what I say, and that's what I've done. So now it's working, so now we can get back cracking on with the barn and squirt it down. Quite literally. So what I'll do is I'll put the generator on, and then you just need to turn the water on. Definitely don't do that. So I'll put the generator on, then you turn the water on, and then we'll see how Archer does this time.
We'll see.
And if he's been a bad boy, I'm getting the hammer out again for him.
Give him a shoot. After endless hours and missions into the city to find parts to try and fix it, the feeling when something works after all that effort is so good. The jet wash was finally working again, and it was time to get cracking. All the clay and dirt in between the granite needs to be removed so that we can point. These barns in the past weren't designed to be completely weatherproof. They utilised materials that were close by and native to the area to put into the gaps. It's important that we wash it off.
How's it going, Laura?
Absolutely caked. Can hardly see out my goggles. Hello.
Now it's get back time now after hours getting messy.
Yeah.
And you were just watching.
I know. I did want to have a go at doing it, but I think I'm just more comfortable on the outside because it's quite enclosed inside, but it's good fun.
Good fun?
Yeah, it is.
Good as you imagined?
Yeah, really satisfying.
So as Laura is working away on the barn, I've just said to Laura, can I have a go now? She's like, no. So from at the beginning she said that she didn't want to do it, she just wanted to be the camera person. After that last episode I got absolutely filthy. Now I can't even get the jet wash off her.
I've got no words. I'm absolutely caked, but it's to be expected, and it's for a good cause. I really enjoy doing the jet washing. Just there's something about it, and the stones are coming up so bright now. They're just obviously there was years of dirt. So we're going to leave that for now. I'm absolutely caked. I've got it all over my lips, everything. It's disgusting. So I'm going to go have a well-earned shower. But super happy with it and like super excited to come. I've got stuff in my eye now. I'm super excited to come back to it tomorrow morning. Just really enjoy seeing how the stones are cleaning up and the colour of them. It's going to look amazing when it dries off and when it's in the sun. As the day came to an end, Dan wanted to move the truck and get everything ready for the early start the following morning. We've been finding lots of snake skins around the barn. We've noticed that the snakes like to use the coarse granite stones to rub against to help them remove their skin. The jet wash was making light work of the dirt and clay. Before we knew it, Dan had moved on to the other side of the barn.
So I'm just using the hammer to get off some more the more tougher stuff that I can't get off with the jet wash. But what's really cool about these buildings that in the past they were built using some of the old traditional Portuguese methods. And what they would do is that the people of the past would obviously live in here with their animals and stuff, but what they would do is if they had a gap or something like that, or to originally build these, they would use straw, or they would use kind of like a topsoil, or they would use clay. They would sometimes add lime to that as well. But it's really cool to kind of like see how the traditional building methods have kind of transformed and moved on since then in the past. And now we have concrete and things like that. So, but it's just interesting to see how they made these things. And these big stones here that I'm kind of washing down now are granite. And as we're washing them down, you can just see the beauty in them. They have like such a nice glimmer as they start to dry. But the barn's really starting to look like something now. So I can't wait till we'll clean the rest down and then start pointing it. And it's going to really bring this back to life.
The outside of the barn's now been completely sprayed down. I love how it looks. It was so much easier to do the outside than it has been to do the inside, because there was so much more clay and dirt on the inside covering over the stones themselves, which is a bit more of a nightmare to get off. But with this, the rain and the elements had already washed a lot of that away, so that was a lot easier. But as you can see, the stones have come up so much brighter. It's so bright now compared to how it was now that we've cleaned the stones up. So I'll show you around the other sides. So this wall's going to be the hardest one to point, I think. It's obviously the tallest wall of the barn, but also there's big stones at the bottom, but as it gets further up, there's little stones. This is the other side, and this is the other side. So update from inside the barn. The walls still need a couple more spray downs, but now you can actually see the stones, which is a huge bonus, because you wouldn't be able to see them before. We've chipped a lot of this concrete off the walls. So we've got a few more spray downs to do in here. The floor that we're going to tackle the floor soon, spray the floor down and chip that all away. We have done that beforehand, but obviously when you're spraying down the walls, it all just ends up on the floor. So now I need to do the floor again. But it's all part of the process.
quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
I like the butternut squash. The butternut squash from the farmer is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fresh.
So we've got butternut squash from the farmer. What are them called again? Aubergines. Aubergines from the farmer.
Peppers.
Peppers, tomatoes, virtually nearly everything really. And pears from our own land. It's so nice. I kind of wait in the future till we're like till we can fully kind of like.
See everything that we've got on our plates from our land.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Like, see
Yeah.
everything that you got here is from your own land.
Yeah, it'll be good.
That'd be class.
One day.
No, definitely, we'll get there. But no, it's been a productive day today. I think the jet washing's come out really good. Like the way the stones have come out, so good.
It's
Did you
cleaning
like
up
getting
nicely.
dirty?
Yeah. I mean, it was satisfying to see how good the stones cleaned up.
No, definitely. Now I kind of wait. It's like we've got loads to do now. So now the jet washing's done, we can now start basically pointing the walls inside and outside, concrete the floor, and then obviously that barn's going to really start to take shape, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to take shape quickly after we do them things. And then it's like rendering the walls and things like that.
No, definitely. And then once we're under the wall, you can move in, get your oven.
I know. That'd be good.
Instead of just using a little tiny grill in the van, we can start really cooking some real food.
Having proper food.
This is nice, but it's a lot better.
There's only so much you can do with a frying pan.
No, definitely. Do you like the bun? Yes, do you like the bun? Do you like the bread?
I haven't tried it yet.
Have you not? I've made a different type of dip. So for this dip, you know our pears? So I added some more sugar and I added a bit of honey to them, just to see, like, to make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
See what it'd be like kind of a dip. It tastes a little bit different in it, can't you?
Yeah, it's nice. Sweet.
But yeah, overall it's been a good week on the land. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in next week, because we're going to get some more building supplies. We need to do anything else, and that's pretty much it, really.
I think that's it. I'm looking forward to concreting the floor and getting the walls painted, because I think that's going to really transform the barn so quickly.
The floor will be a massive winner.
It's a big job as well.
It is. It's going to be a long time getting all them building supplies,
Yeah.
but we'll get there.